thanks for taking part in Hydrogen in 3. We really appreciate your time. For the sake of the video, do you mind just giving us a quick overview of who you are and what you do?
You know, my name is Adamo Screnci. I am a Deputy CEO of HRS, Hydrogen Refueling Solution, quite young company that has been IPO last year in a French market. And we are growing very quickly. Recently hired more than 50 people. We were 30 less than 1 year ago, and now 80 people, and building a new production facility that will be the biggest in the world to produce hydrogen refueling station. Perfect.
So rolling into the first question that we have, I know we briefly discussed it just now. You've been in the hydrogen sector for over 30 years. There has been over the past 12, 24 months a lot of hype surrounding the sector, but what role do you see in hydrogen enabling us globally to meet our net zero targets?
You know, what is wonderful and very complex regarding hydrogen is that you can do so many things with hydrogen. You know, hydrogen first application is to be the best friend of renewable. You know, everybody now is investing in a lot of renewable. The electricity will be cheaper and cheaper because sun and wind will be cheaper in terms of producing megawatt hour. But the biggest value for the future will be where and when you use the energy. It's no more on the production, but when and where. And then you see hydrogen coming into the role. You can transform this excess of renewable electricity into a molecule. And this is a great value. Up to now, we were all thinking that electricity is the best you can achieve. But now electricity can be the raw material to do something else. And hydrogen is the best candidate to transport electricity or energy for A to B. We can see on a continent, but also intercontinental transportation. There are some projects. It's the best option also to store energy in the long term. You know, you cannot store electron and you cannot transport electron in a very competitive way. These are the three main job that can do hydrogen. And then on the application side, we see a lot of opportunity for hydrogen to come. Of course, everybody's talking about mobility, but mobility is just one part of the hydrogen application. You can use hydrogen for decarbonization of hard to abate industry, like we say, like the steel or ammonia. You can use hydrogen also for heat and power. We see a lot of application coming into the world for heating houses and building, and also for producing, again, electricity again. And also the last one, which is starting now, is to be a feedstock for new chemistry, because with hydrogen, you can start building again methanol, dimethyl ether, and all the chemistry. So you can see the full value chain of hydrogen, quite complex, but huge potential.
Perfect. And that does roll into the second question that we have. You briefly touched upon it then. There's a lot of partnerships. We're seeing MOUs and major investment. All that is super positive, but where do you see the challenges that we face as a sector, would you say?
I think, as you said, John, it's very important to partner. You know, we can be faster together, and this is always something I really push. You don't have to be alone in one market, and we see a lot of companies entering this hype of hydrogen. The new gold diggers, as I say most of the time, it's a huge opportunity, and people understand there is a huge potential, but you need to partner to accelerate. What I see is that, you know, producing hydrogen from renewable is not new. We have been doing electrolysis since years, decades. We know fuel cell also for decades. You know the application. For me, what is very, very important now is to put all the players of the value chain together and to put a real ecosystem, as I say most of the time. This is the first priority. Second priority is to scale up. Stop demonstration. We know it works. We know all the technology that we have been talking, they work. We can produce hydrogen, we can use hydrogen, we can transport hydrogen, we can store hydrogen, so it's not new. So scale up, key. And second, I think what has been missing most of the time is the infrastructure. From the production side, we have now gigafactory of electrolyzer, it's on stream. The cost and the capex of electrolysis is decreasing quickly. On the end of the value chain, use application of hydrogen are known: ammonia, methanol, fuel cell, internal combustion engine. We know that. What we need to know is to invest on the infrastructure, which is, I think, the missing part, because everybody believes it's the other responsibility, other part's responsibility. So we need to invest there and we need to scale up.
Perfect. And that moves finally more into about your business and what you guys are looking to achieve over at HRS. And in that, what role are HRS playing in developing the value chain of hydrogen, and where do you guys fit in, would you say?
I think, you know, as we said on the past, look at the example of Europe. Starting in 2001, so 20 years ago, we started the first filling station for hydrogen. And since then, we deployed 200 filling stations. Each of these filling stations was kind of a demo. Everybody wanted to test different compressor type, storage type, production type. What we want to do in HRS is to be really the pure player of the refilling station. We don't want to be an electrolyzer company, by the way, selling filling station. We don't want to be a compressor company, by the way, selling filling station, or a storage company. We want to really industrialize that filling station. We are going to produce 180 filling stations per year, which is the equivalent of all the filling stations that have been deployed during the last 20 years in Europe. So see the change in size and in terms of quantity we want to produce. Make it industrial, make it reliable, make it, of course, safe, because this is the first commitment, and to go at scale. So this is our driver there.
Fantastic. Well, obviously, from Boss Energy as well, Adamo, we wish you the best for 2022. I know it's going to be a lot more time than that to develop the sector, but yeah, we wish you the best, and we really do appreciate you taking part in Hydrogen 3.
Thank you, George. Of course, we will need, because this is a full ecosystem. We are going to hire more than 130 people for a new factory. We are going to deploy a 10,000 square meter new plant with a 2,500 square meter testing facility, where we want to really collaborate with all the players in the value chain. So it's key that we keep in touch, and we appreciate the networking there.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time. Thanks, Adamo.
Thank you.